Did you know that many drivers with outstanding warrants make risky decisions? In today's video, we're diving into a real-life scenario involving a suspect, law enforcement, and the tension that unfolds. Imagine this: a routine patrol leads to unexpected drama. Officers spot a car with a suspicious driver. Little do they know, this driver has some legal troubles. It all starts as the officers perform a routine check. The first step is identification. Officers rely on technology. The license plate is scanned instantly, revealing outstanding warrants. Quick decisions follow. Officers prepare for potential pursuit. Next, they observe the driver's behavior. Is he acting nervous? Checking the surroundings more than usual. These signs indicate something might be wrong. The tension begins to build. Then comes the pivotal moment: the driver notices the police. Panic sets in, and the driver decides to flee. The chase morphs into a high-stakes situation. Officers must remain calm and focused. As the chase unfolds, safety is crucial. Officers follow protocols to ensure public safety. High-speed pursuits can be dangerous for everyone involved. They maintain distance, keeping bystanders in mind. Now, let's break it down. The police utilize communication systems to alert nearby units. They coordinate to set up a strategic blockade. Their teamwork is essential in managing the situation effectively. An example of this in action happened recently on the GSP. A driver with active warrants took the bait, sparking an extensive chase. It's a reminder of how quick decisions can lead to unexpected consequences. In summary, today we unveiled the intense dynamics of a police pursuit. Officers identify suspects using tech, manage risks, and prioritize safety. Their meticulous planning can change the outcome of a high-speed chase. Feeling curious or want to learn more about law enforcement tactics? Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications on upcoming stories like this. The driver weaves in and out of traffic, glancing nervously in his rearview mirror, the flashing lights already a stark reminder of his precarious situation. With adrenaline surging, he accelerates, desperately seeking a way to escape the clutches of the law. Officers in pursuit maintain their distance, carefully monitoring every move he makes, aware that a split-second decision could dictate the chase's outcome. Suddenly, the driver makes a sharp turn onto a quieter street, hoping to lose the pursuing units. The officers, exchanging urgent radio communications, quickly relay their new position, coordinating with others nearby to anticipate his next move. Tension crackles in the air as they race to intercept him, knowing that every second counts, and the stakes rise. The driver, now fully aware of his dwindling options, accelerates even more, his heart racing as he peers around for any increase in law enforcement presence. Suddenly, a familiar landmark appears, a corner store he frequented back when everything seemed normal, but now it symbolizes danger. With every second, the weight of his choices presses down on him, turning back or pressing forward. He glances nervously at the officers hot on his trail, realizing that their determination is unwavering, their eyes set on bringing him to justice, no matter the risk. Meanwhile, the officers consolidate their strategy, channeling their training to anticipate his move to ensure the safety of all citizens around. Before he can weigh his options, the driver makes a fateful decision. He veers into an alleyway, hoping for a moment of cover. The echo of his engine bounces ominously off the walls, amplifying the urgency of the chase. Outside, the officers swiftly adjust their approach, giving chase while ensuring their surroundings remain secure. Their training kicks in as they methodically consider every possible escape route the suspect could take, acutely aware that any misstep could lead to chaos. With adrenaline pumping, the driver pushes the limits of his vehicle, the exhaust billowing behind him like a desperate plea for escape into the unknown, but the relentless pursuit keeps closing in. The alley twists and turns, but the driver knows he can't outrun the law forever. As he speeds through the narrow passage, he spots an exit ahead that leads to a larger street. He decides to gamble, hoping for a few precious seconds of distance to regroup. The officers communicate swiftly, predicting his exit strategy, ready to adjust their tactics accordingly. Every second feels taut with uncertainty as the tension mounts in this high-stakes game of cat and mouse. As the driver bursts onto the larger street, he takes a quick glance back, realizing the officers are right behind him. Time slows as he calculates his next move. Will he risk further escape or surrender? The reality of his choices now weighs heavily on him, with consequences looming just ahead. The driver barrels down the street, his heart racing as he spots a potential escape route. Up ahead, he notices a row of parked cars lining the sidewalk, a thought forming in his mind: could he weave through this narrow space? The officers, meanwhile, remain focused, utilizing their training to assess the situation. They communicate rapidly about the driver's state, each officer aware that even the slightest miscalculation could lead to disaster. As the driver inches closer to the tight gap, determination fires within him. He grips the steering wheel tighter, fully aware that this could either be his way out or a dead end. With a deep breath, he commits to the maneuver, aiming to slip past the obstacles and create a crucial distance between him and the pursuing officers. In an instant, his tires screech against the pavement, the vehicle jolting as he angles toward the alley, adrenaline coursing through his veins. He barely fits through the narrow space, his vehicle narrowly missing the side mirrors of the parked cars. The tires grip the uneven surface, and for a moment, he feels a rush of exhilaration. He's managed to evade capture, but the freedom is fleeting. As he emerges from the other side, the relief quickly dissipates, replaced by the harsh reality of the officers hot on his tail. The driver glances at the rearview mirror, noting the flashing lights drawing closer, a constant reminder of his precarious situation. Determined to keep his lead, he pushes the gas pedal further down, the engine roaring in protest as it accelerates. Swiftly, he scans the surroundings for further opportunities, trees lining the road seeming to offer some semblance of cover. But just as he contemplates his next move, an unexpected stop sign ahead forces him to slow down. Noticing the officers still tracking his movements, he knows he must act decisively. Every moment counts in this ongoing pursuit. Suddenly, a siren blares from a patrol car that has just joined the chase, sending a pang of anxiety through the driver. He weighs his options, either brake to avoid a collision or risk barreling through, leading to potential chaos. His instincts scream at him to accelerate even more, and he makes a split-second decision, slamming on the gas as he swerves to the left. The tires screech against the asphalt, and for a fleeting moment, he feels invincible, like destiny favors him. But as he rounds the corner, reality sinks in. A blockade is set up ahead, an essential part of the officer's strategy now in full effect. The once clear path to freedom vanishes, leaving him cornered, forcing him to confront the inevitable. The weight of desperation thrusts him to the brink of making a foolish choice. He can either yield to the inevitable or push through the blockade and risk more chaos. Glancing at the officers, their resolve firm and unwavering, the driver feels the crushing pressure of his dwindling options. Every second is a pulse of uncertainty as he assesses the situation. He steels his nerves, the thoughts racing in his mind: can he escape, or is it time to face the consequences of his actions? Suddenly, a flicker of determination bursts forth, and he instinctively swerves, eyeing an adjacent alleyway that could offer a narrow window for freedom. The engine growls in response to his impulse, roaring forward as he navigates the tight space, hoping to evade the blockade that now feels like an inescapable trap. As adrenaline tempers his fear, the world outside blurs into a frenzied mosaic of lights and sounds, but his focus sharpens on the new route ahead. With the officers in pursuit, their teamwork unwavering, he can't shake the realization that the hunt is far from over, lingering in the air like a storm. The alleyway twists and turns sharply, forcing the driver to navigate with precision. Each bump in the road sends a jolt through the vehicle, but he remains resolute, gripping the wheel with focused determination. The further he drives, the more he can hear the distant sounds of sirens echoing, the looming reminder of the officer's relentless pursuit. He glances in the rearview mirror, spotting the flashing lights reflecting off the damp walls enclosing him. It's clear they are not far behind, their combined efforts emphasizing the futility of his escape. Pushing his foot against the accelerator, he can feel his heart pound in rhythm with the growling engine, the chase becoming a blurred game of wits. As the alley opens slightly, revealing a wider street ahead, he mentally prepares for a dramatic exit, hoping that a sudden burst of acceleration might just provide the crucial edge he needs. The driver takes a moment to breathe as he approaches the wider street, adrenaline spiking again. He knows this could be his last chance to create distance, and every fiber of his being urges him to act decisively. As he bursts out of the narrow alley, he feels a flicker of hope, but it quickly morphs into dread as he spots the officers already waiting, having anticipated his escape. In that instant, his instincts scream for him to turn back, but he's committed now, the chase has consumed him. With a quick scan of the street, he sees a crowded parking lot to his right, instinctively veering that way, believing it might offer a successful diversion. The decision feels monumental. Can he maneuver through obstacles, or will this lead to his ultimate capture? With each twist and turn, determination fuels his actions. He must outsmart the officers who are relentless in their pursuit, fighting against the clock and his own mounting fear. The stakes are high, but in this moment, the driver holds a glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, he can turn the tide in his favor. Navigating through the parking lot, he darts between vehicles, heart racing as he tries to find an opening. The cacophony of horns blaring and tires screeching fills the air, adding to the chaos surrounding him. Just as he feels a momentary thrill of freedom, he catches sight of an officer maneuvering through the entrance, their eyes scanning for any sign of his vehicle. The driver knows he must act swiftly to maintain the upper hand. Every second counts in this cat-and-mouse game. As the chase reaches its climax, the driver grapples with the weight of his choices. With every turn and twist of the road, he realizes that the inevitable confrontation with law enforcement is drawing near. The sound of approaching sirens blends with the pounding of his heart, echoing the reality that it's time